I feel like it's greed. They know we're out here. They know we're talking about this, and thank God they haven't taken us off of YouTube.
Caroline, how did you find carnivore?
Well, it's kind of been a story. When I was around 20 years old, or 19, I had my gallbladder out. And that started years of horrible digestion. Horrible. And, oh my gosh, I was diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome and was given medicine for that from a doctor, and it did not work. I decided at that point doctors just didn't know what they were doing. I lost my confidence in the FDA, and and I had pain for years and years and years. I really couldn't tell really what it was for the longest time, and finally, I mean, I suffered for a long time. Finally, around 2019, I moved to this part of Florida where I have a sister. She was doing keto, and I decided to try that. It helped a lot. And my digestion issues did go away with keto. However, I was buying into the keto products like she was, and, the bars and the shakes. And one day, I don't know what got me to do this, but I turned them around and I saw the ingredients and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I putting in my body? I just decided to, I had to do something. I found Dr. Barry online, and he was keto, and he really made me want to do it and try to just do it right. So I quit using some of the products, and then when Dr. Barry went carnivore, I went carnivore because I'm like, I trusted him. I don't know what made me trust an online doctor, and I know that a lot of people don't do that, and a lot of people say, oh, they're quacks. Why are they giving away stuff free? Nobody gives anything away free, but I have found that the carnivore people do. So and as I grew up, I was never a very big person. I grew up in a family that skinniness was the goal for the women, which is ridiculous. But anyway, and I fought my whole life. I mean, when I was maybe, I don't know, 23, 24, I gave up ketchup because it had sugar in it. So but then again, I've eaten treats and I've eaten snacks and ice cream. Ice cream is my absolute favorite. And on this carnivore diet, and I have to say this, Dave, I am a sugar addict. Okay, I have failed many, many times on carnivore. I have gone out. But I don't stay out. I mean, I eat the poison. I get sick, and then I go right back on carnivore. And just about 3 weeks ago, I stopped at Culver's, my favorite, and I got a custard. And the next morning, I had the migraine to die. I mean, I ended up throwing up bile, and it reminded me of being drunk. And I'm in recovery, so that was like, oh my God. And I hope that's cured me because I haven't had anything since. And I just think the longer I'm on carnivore, the more things are going to hurt me that I ingest. So I'm just going to be strict carnivore, and that's it. I
Mm.
mean, I'm hoping to.
So, how long has it been? Digressions aside, how long has it been since you basically went carnivore same time as Dr. Berry, but that was about 2 or 3 years ago, is that right?
Just about a year and a half ago. Uh-huh. Yeah. And I'll tell you what went away. When I went carnivore, it was amazing. I had my weekly migraines left. I I used to have vertigo at least twice a year, and I haven't had that at all. At all. I had, no more pain at all. I had acid reflux when I was younger. I had that for a long time. No more acid reflux. Um, I had horrible sensitivity to sunlight. Like that would trigger a migraine in me. At least I thought it was sunlight. I mean, I think it was at that point when I was eating all those seed oils and nasty foods. um, Now I don't even need to wear sunglasses. I mean, I do sometimes because, they're a little stylish, but um, I don't have to. And that's amazing to me. Like I can walk into school with my eyes wide open, looking at, that reflected, that tint, you know, at the sun at an angle, and I'm fine, which is amazing. Going carnivore gave me the more energy than I've ever had in my life. One day, about 2 weeks ago, I actually walked 10,000 steps in my house. I just was like an Energizer bunny, just nonstop walking. And I was like, oh my God. And it excited me because I was walking so much. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm at 8,000. I can get to 10,000. And I just kept going. And I slept like a baby. So if I don't walk 3,000 steps in a day, I don't sleep. Isn't that crazy? But I sleep great. I mean, since I've been doing carnivore really strict, that's beef, salt. Oh, and I'm down to 2 cups of coffee. I was at 6 to 8 cups of coffee. I went down to 2 cups. And let me tell you how I did it, because it might help somebody else. I had ordered electrolytes. And, oh, and I came off stevia first. So I'm stevia free, which is fantastic. And so I'm drinking my coffee with just a little bit of butter in it, about a half a tablespoon probably. And I was drinking 6 to 8 cups. I'm down to two. So what I would do is I would drink, I thought I could be down to one, but it's two. It has to be two. I don't know why. But I had 1 cup of coffee and then or 2 cups, and then I drink electrolytes. And that makes I don't have any craving for any more coffee. It's amazing. I mean, now I slowly cut down this summer. I've slowly just cut down, thinking I want to quit it, but I don't know if I ever will quit it completely, but I may, but I don't know. So I think if that's the only thing, that's not bad. I mean, and I've kind of cut out cheese for the most part. My fiance has cheese in his drawer, and just the other day I cut off a little piece of his cheese and I ate it. And I'm like, oh, why did I do that? But I'm trying to cut that out, and I don't use heavy cream anymore. I just, and I started dropping more weight. I'm down to 129, and I don't think I want to go too much lower than that. And it seems like I'm doing okay.
With that weight loss, have you noticed anything like joint pain improvements and things like that?
Well, the joint pain went away with carnivore. My knee, I was diagnosed with arthritis in my hips and in my right hip and in my back. And I know I had it in my knee and my left knee, and all that went away. Like within 2 weeks on carnivore, which is why I keep going back to carnivore. I will not leave carnivore ever. I'm going to be 56 in September, and I'm like, you know what? If I can feel this good at this age, and I assume I'm going to feel this good for a long time, because why wouldn't I if I keep doing carnivore? I just got back to eating eggs again. There's something about eggs. I just couldn't eat them for a while. And I just made them. I made some scrambled eggs and I made some deviled eggs. And I used sour cream and cottage cheese to, just mix in there, because I'm like, oh, whatever. I don't know. But I kind of want to I don't want to use I don't want to do that either. The sour cream or the cottage cheese. I think it's better that I stay away from it, because I notice that I get a little bit of congestion when I use dairy. And, why have it? But anyway, I am a little bit fired up because there are so many people on this YouTube supporting carnivore, talking about the diseases that carnivore has either made better or taken away. And why aren't we getting attention? Why isn't the government doing something? I listened to a doctor on here a while ago, and he said he wanted other doctors and other lawyers to contact him so he could sue somebody. And I'm like, if I had money, I would give it to that doctor. I so want something to change. I just have to say, people with brain fog, depression, and schizophrenia have gotten better on carnivore. People with high blood pressure, it's gone down because of carnivore. Arthritis, like mine, has gone away. MS has gotten better. I saw that guy on your channel who was able to stand up and his doctor told him to jump on one leg and he did. That amazes me. And I'm like, why isn't anybody, why, I don't know. I just want something to change. It's just so frustrating to me that I hear people saying, their doctors are still saying, "Oh, you need a statin. You need just lower your fat." Like, darn it! It makes me so mad. I mean, chronic candida. People with candida get cured on this. Hot flashes go away. My hot flashes went away. I'm in menopause. I have no symptoms of menopause. I mean, sometimes I get warm, but that's not a hot flash. Um, Sleep apnea, teeth and jaws get straightened, skin wounds, lipedema, AFib, tendonitis, energy increases, concentration's better, our teeth are healthier, body recomposition. I mean, it's amazing what I've heard on your channel. This summer, I've gotten up every morning and I wait for your videos to upload so I can watch them. And then I walk in my house and I listen as I walk.
Sounds like you got a very big house, or you're going up and down the stairs or something.
No, it's one story. I'm in Florida, but it's and it's not that big. I just walk around a lot. So,
Nice. I'd love to know your thoughts, but my initial thoughts about, why no one does anything about this, why we're getting no attention is um, it's just indoctrination of professionals and
mhm,
unwilling to question anything, or it's money.
right, right, and it's greed. I mean, I feel like it's greed. They know we're out here. They know we're talking about this, and thank God they haven't taken us off of YouTube. It makes me sick. It really does. I think I was banned off of Facebook for saying something about I don't know what I was saying, something about somebody that is in control of a lot of things. People have gotten out of wheelchairs from eating meat, and they're saying meat will kill us. It just makes me crazy. It makes me want to march right up to Washington, D.C. and say, you people are nuts. Do you not see? Do you not see what is happening? People know you are a fraud. You have lied for years. Please own up to it and change your ways. I mean, oh my
And see,
goodness.
this is the problem, though. This is the problem. If you did march up there, everyone would be looking at you as the nut rather than,
I
it's
know. I
them that
know.
are the problem.
Mhm.
It's that kind of group think in
Right.
action.
Right. It makes me crazy. So, and I've convinced no one to be carnivore as of yet. I talk about it
How
all the
about
time.
your fiance?
Oh no, he said he can't even eat meat. It makes him sick. No, and I push probably a little too hard with him. And his dad and his dad's wife. I talk to Jean a lot and tell her how it has healed people with Parkinson's, and his dad has Parkinson's, and but they are very old, and I don't think she can cook very well, and anymore. She's not feeling good anymore, and I'm like, eat meat, eat meat.
Yeah, that's the great thing about carnivore. You don't even have to. I mean, I'm living proof. You don't have to be able to cook. Just throw
I
the ground
know,
beef in the frying pan and you're done.
I know, I know. And my dog is still doing great. She is, like 14, and she is getting old, but she is doing fantastic on meat. And I quit the eggs because she was having a little diarrhea, but
Nice. Well, she was willingly eating eggs. She was okay with them.
yeah, yeah. But I had to stop it because of the diarrhea. But she she kind of eats whatever I eat. So I cooked a chuck roast the other day, and that's what she had for dinner because mommy had it, so she had it.
Nice.
Yeah, she loves it. She loves whatever I have. I did make some more meatballs the other day, just with meat and eggs, and I had a little tiny bit of cheese left that I put in there, and I shared them with her. We had them for lunch the other day, and I gave her some.
That's so cute.
Hmm. Yeah.
How are you eating day to day? Like how many meals and
Well,
typically how much each time?
I really, I was doing OMAD for a while. Last year during the school year, it's just easier not to eat during the day. It's just, I'm so busy as a teacher. But I keep hearing about how important it is to get protein, enough protein, especially women over 40. And I'm 55, I'll be 56 soon. Like, oh my gosh. So I saw a post, somebody posted that to put like a cup of bone broth, a tablespoon of beef gelatin, butter, like a tablespoon of butter or a teaspoon, I don't know. And they said mix all that up and that will give you extra protein. Well, I did that one morning and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. But the next morning I added 2 eggs and it was even better. And that was like, 20 grams of protein right there in the morning. And I normally cannot eat breakfast, but I drank that. I could drink it. So, but I haven't been able to make my own bone broth yet. I want to do that because I think it's probably healthier. I ordered some. It's called Fond, Fond bone broth. And that's what I've been using, but I'm almost out. So this summer I've been eating twice a day, lunch and dinner. Lunch around 1 and dinner around 6. I don't know. I just try to get more protein. I don't know if that's, I mean, Dr. Lehman says we need protein, Don Lehman, and he's pretty up there. Like he studied all this stuff. So I feel like he's right. But my body doesn't feel like it wants all that protein. It's really hard to eat it all. But,
I guess it's a balance as well. It's
mhm,
like once it's starting to not feel like you should be eating it, maybe it's too much. I don't know, but
right,
yeah.
right. But I feel like the
Uh,
more I eat, the more I lose weight. The
and
more meat I
yeah,
eat, the more I lose weight. It's like, what? But
it's so counterintuitive, right?
it is.
Have you had any feedback from people, like, for example, at school or any extended family about, oh, maybe I'll give this a try, or what's this crazy thing you're doing?
No, I mean, the people at school never did, never, I switched schools after Christmas last year and went to another school. And so I'm back teaching third grade. And we never ate together. So I would just eat in my room. But so I never talked to them about what I ate, except I put butter in the refrigerator. I asked her for butter in the refrigerator, and she's like, "What do you use butter for?" And I said, "Oh, my coffee." And that was funny. But and I was using heavy cream then, so butter and heavy cream. But that wasn't too weird, I don't think. But yeah, I didn't eat with anybody, so I haven't really talked to anybody about it. And when I got to that school, our reading coach had left. She had some health issues. And she sat down with me one day and she was showing me how to do something on the computer with something to do with school. And I said to her, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I'm on this diet where I just eat meat and it has healed my arthritis. And I know that it's healed a lot of things. And I don't know if it would do anything for you. And she told me that she hated meat. She said, "Oh, Caroline, thank you so much for saying something because I know you care." She said, "But I just can't eat meat." She was very thoughtful and sweet. But so that was the only person in my new school that I talked to about it. But I have lost quite a bit of weight this summer, and because I've just tightened up. And I decided I'm not buying candy for my kids this year at all. I mean, maybe I don't know, probably not. Because I think maybe at Christmas, but then again, I think, but it's poison, so probably not.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like now, when you see something like candy, it doesn't look the same as it ever did before. It actually looks
Right,
like poison, right?
right. It's crazy. And when I try not to go into the store, but when I do, I walk the perimeter, and they have goodies now on the perimeter, like at Walmart, Publix, wherever you go. And when I go to Sam's Club, I walk straight back to the meat department. It's funny. So, but I try not to go in. I'm such a sugar addict.
Right.
I am such a sugar addict. I mean, one day Dave brought into the house ice cream and root beer and says, "I'm going to make a root beer float." Well, that got into my head. And what did I do? I made a root beer float for myself. Ice cream, root beer. It's crazy. And, before
How did you feel after that?
I didn't get sick after that. In fact, I have never been sick after eating ice cream until the other day. I mean, a couple weeks ago. So no, no more ice cream.
So, if a friend came to you and said, "Look, Caroline, I want to try this out. I need to lose some weight, and I'm got some health issues I want to take care of," what advice would you give them about getting started with carnivore?
I I really think I'd have them go slow and try keto first, because I just feel like so many people start carnivore and stop because of the upset in the stomach, and I think they're really losing out that way. So to me, I think they need to just start slow, give up the carbs, try and get on a keto diet, and then transition into carnivore. Just because I think we'd get more people staying on it then.
Nice. So, how much money would I have to give you to permanently go back to eating a regular diet?
None at all. No money in the world would do it.
10 million? No.
Nope, nothing.
So, why is that?
Because I feel so good. And I know how bad I can feel if I go back to the sad diet. I know how horrible my body would be poisoned. And, I feel so fortunate because there are people with psoriasis and all kinds of problems. And I just had a little bit of arthritis and migraines and vertigo. I didn't have all that. There are really people who are so in pain, and thank God they found carnivore. But imagine all the people who are still in pain in our world, and they're still think that this bullshit they've been fed is the right thing.
So, you started off talking about how you were fired up about this.
Hmm.
Where do you think this is going? Like, what's the status of carnivore in 10 years from now?
I don't know. I've heard a lot of people be very positive and say, "Oh, I think they're going to change something." And I don't know. I think as long as some people are in power, I'm a little worried. I think if they start, I'm very worried that they're going to make food for people, and like in bags, and that's supposedly going to have protein in it. I'm not eating that food. I'm like, there's no way. I'll starve to death. That's how I feel. I will not eat that food.
Insects don't appeal to you?
No, no insects, no chemicals, no nothing like that.
So, it does feel like it's going in the direction of almost, the cartoon, The Jetsons, where everything
Hmm.
comes out of a vending machine.
Hmm. That's really scary to think about. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but that's my fear, that we're heading that way. I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not. The last thing I would want to see is an end to real meat.
Right. At least in
Yeah.
Florida, I remember hearing on the internet that Ron DeSantis said that no fake meat was allowed here. But I think there's
Oh,
fake meat in
yeah.
the grocery store.
Oh, really? So,
I think so too.
did they end up passing that legislation, or was that announced and it hasn't been passed yet? Or
What?
so when he said there was no fake meat going to be allowed in Florida?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure there is fake meat here.
Yeah, it's scary. They should at least not be allowed to call it, like, for example, beyond beef or something like that. Putting the word
Hmm.
beef in there is like It
Right.
should be not on. It shouldn't be allowed.
Right. Because
It's
it's
like
not.
me calling something lettuce that's not lettuce. It's like,
Mhm.
it's a lie.
Right.
Caroline, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story with us. I really
Thank
appreciate your time.
you. Thank you. And keep doing what you're doing. I mean, your channel is the best thing because like when I get up in the morning, I know a Dave Mack story is coming. I know your channel's coming with at least 2 videos you do almost every day. And that's amazing, Dave. I would love to do what you do, but you do it so well. You do. You
Thank
get
you
all
so
kinds of
much.
people, and it's wonderful to hear their stories. It's just so motivating, and it's amazing. Thank you so much for what you do.